A woman and two men are dead this morning after a birthday party turns tragic. Happened Sunday south of Dallas, a small town of Bardwell. Ellis County deputies say as many as 20 people were at a birthday party when 27-year-old Roberto Costilla was asked to leave. Costilla soon returned, armed with a pistol and a knife. After the attack, he ran from the scene, but deputies caught him after a chase. Costilla being held on $1 million bond for murder. A part-time Austin middle school teacher is on suspension this morning after a fight in the parking lot. Happened Monday evening outside of Paredes Middle School. Police believe this may have started as a road rage incident. They say a disagreement between the male teacher and a female parent turned physical. Neither faces any charges thus far.
Good morning and welcome back to KVU News Daybreak for this Sunday morning. I'm Bryan live at the Circuit of the Americas site of the U.S. Grand Prix, just a few hours away. In fact, gates open in just a few minutes. Now, we are standing just outside the main grandstand, just outside, in fact, of turn number one. The famous turn one already has gained fame around here in these parts in Formula One racing.
An iconic Austin music venue changing hands for the second time in less than a year. Antone's, Austin's home for the blues, was sold yesterday to a group of 7 investors. The new owners say they're looking at moving Antone's back to 6th Street.
My colleague Bryan Mays is live in Central East Austin where the walls went up this morning. A lot of hammering going on behind you, Bryan.
Yvonne, what a fantastic day to kick off the Blitz Build Homes for the Holiday 2013. Again, this is the 9th year KVU has been a part of this fantastic opportunity with Habitat for Humanity. When we got here this morning a little after 7 o'clock, there were just 2 slabs here. Now you can see all the work that's been done just in the last 3 hours or so. Time now 5:53. Welcome back to Daybreak. All this week, America will remember President John F. Kennedy 50 years after his assassination. On that day in Dallas, one home movie became one of the most famous in American history. And now we're being given a new look at the Zapruder film. ABC's Byron Pitts has the story. John, thanks a lot. In overnight news, a woman is dead this morning after she crashed into 2 vehicles on I-35. Austin police say the driver lost control and hit 2 other cars around 10:30 last night near Stastny Lane. She ended up against a concrete barrier pinned inside the vehicle.
The high today at 88 degrees, but we will be in the low 80s tomorrow, courtesy of scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms. What's going on here?
What?
Sorry. You guys aren't listening?
No, I am so listening, and I've been listening since 4:30.
What's the chance of rain for tomorrow?
It's 10% today. That's the chance of rain. And for tomorrow, I'm going with 30 and 40%.
Don't help her.
40%.
40%.
They weren't listening to me. You saw it, too.
We were pointing out how great your script
I know.
Yeah.
She said, you're not going to believe how great.
I don't have scripts.
I am paying attention to
we know.
I appreciate
Gosh,
it.
I feel like I was busted by the teacher or something.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Way to go, Albert.
They saw too.
Let's get a check of traffic. Rob, were you paying attention? Do you know what the rain chances are tomorrow?
40%, absolutely.
See?
I was
Rob
paying
was
attention.
listening.
Let me dig us out of this. So you can see here what.
At least the daytime temperatures for the next few days will be even more reasonable, Yvonne and Bryan.
All right, that sounds good to me.
Looks great. You could get some EPO, maybe a blood transfusion, go for a bike ride.
I'm not even going there.
Out there today.
I'm not going to say anything.
You think? It's a good day for it today, right? No?
A lot of people are on, you know, a little testy. I don't want to go
too
there.
soon? Too
I
soon?
think it's
Okay.
too soon.
All right. Tanya Streeter knows how to push herself to the limit. She did that as a world-class athlete, and now this Austinite has turned her focus to an even bigger challenge. Her story now in a KVU News special assignment.
That time I had retired from freediving. I was kind of done with it. I thought I was.
Tanya Streeter's love for the ocean runs deep, literally and figuratively.
The sea is a very, very important part of my life.
Her record free dive of 525 feet set near the Turks and Caicos Islands more than a decade ago still stands.
And it wasn't until a journalist on the boat afterwards said to me, you know, you're the first woman in the history of any sport to surpass a men's world record.
A man finally took back the men's record, but the women's mark still belongs to her.
Oh, come on.
Ironically, a move to Austin, hundreds of miles from any ocean back in 2000, was a key point in her freediving career.
And in many ways, being here and doing land-based training, being forced to do land-based training, which I'm not really a fan of, made me a better athlete.
That training included free dives at Lake Travis. She would, after getting permission, dive to the bottom of the lake on a single breath.
Lake Travis is dark and it is cold. And diving near the dam, you get a certain depth underwater, and you don't so much hear the turbines as feel them in every airspace. And that'll give you mental strength.
Can you say hi?
Kelly, good to see you this morning.
Tanya retired from free diving in the summer of 2006, then welcomed a daughter 2 years later.
You told me this.
You're crazy.
Tanya now shares her love for the ocean with her daughter and everyone else in a very different way.
And it's abhorrent to me that my daughter may never see reefs the same way.
She's working to preserve it.
The issue of plastic pollution is so enormous that when that opportunity came around, I realized, wait a minute, this is it, this is the one.
Streeter serves as a patron for Plastic Oceans, a foundation based in the United Kingdom to resolve the global problem of plastic pollution.
So I'm not kidding you when I say that the fish that you're eating is polluted, and it's polluted with toxins that are only found in plastics.
At 525 feet deep, Tanya blew a kiss to the ocean. Back then, it was her way of showing her love for the sea. Her work now may not grab as many headlines or fascinate fans like her free diving career, but for her, her work now is just as, if not more, important.
What a fascinating piece.
She was an amazing woman and a very, very passionate person when it comes to this cause. She doesn't use plastic in restaurants. She doesn't obviously use them when she goes to the grocery store. She's no plastic in her place.
So she practices what she preaches, and if anyone knows about the pollution in the water, it's her.
Absolutely. And one thing about Lake Travis, she told me a story about, she went to the bottom and uses that fin for both feet. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but she said at one point she was down at the bottom, turned to come back up and kicked and hit something. Didn't know if it was one of those big old catfish they talk about. She wasn't sure. She didn't see anything.
She's going to maybe have to go back and then finish that story for us.
We'll have to do a story on that if she does. Great woman and a beautiful little daughter, wasn't she?
Cute little girl, yeah.
I like redheads. You know, those redheads kind of
got an affinity for redheads.
Great story.